Welcome to Linkronicity, where your journey and destiny link. I'm Stacey, Kumagai, your linkologist, and I'm here to help you link your life. Today we're going to be talking about the link to risk-taking. Are you a risk-taker? What kind of risk-taker are you? On a scale of 1 to 10, are you the I can't get out of my comfort zone risk-taker? Help pull me out? Or are you on the other end, the 10, where you're like, I'm all in, not even looking? Or are you somewhere in the middle of the road where you actually have to mull over a decision to take a risk and, you know, stew on it for a couple of days before you actually take it and maybe, you know, get your vibe going as to whether or not you want to take the risk? There are all kinds of risk-taking levels, seriously. It's just part of life, and depending on what stage you are in your life, you may be kind of fluctuating between all of these different levels of risk-taking. But the truth of the matter is, life is more exciting when you take a little risk here or there. Whatever that is. That's living. That's spontaneity. It's part of the zest and the vigor of life, of what it can bring to you. So we're going to talk about risk-taking today in the two different ways that it happens. Risk-taking happens in the form of communication, and it happens in the form of action. The risk-taking that involves communication deals with confrontation, clarity of what you want to accomplish in your conversation, or whatever you're afraid to say, or the conversations you're afraid to have, or the boundaries that you're afraid to make. And then there's the risk-taking on the action part, where you have a bunch of things on your to-do list that you've been meaning to do and you just haven't done it because you're procrastinating, because you're dealing with fear, and you're not willing to leap to take the risk to get that done because of the so-called quote end result. Now, fear is attached to risk-taking because it produces anxiety, it produces stress, it produces worry, and it produces a real one-on-one confrontational issue of whether you're afraid of failure, or whether you're afraid of success, or whether you're afraid of mistakes, or looking foolish, or not achieving what it is that you had set out to do to take the risk in the first place. And this is where everybody gets hung up. It's a very human thing, but I wanted to bring this to your attention so that you have the awareness, because when we have the awareness, you know what happens. We now can face it a little more easily head on because we have the clarity of where everything stems from and where the root cause is. So ask yourself, why am I afraid to take the risk? What are you afraid of? When you start to answer that question, then you'll understand what the root cause is. Again, it involves trust, but here's the thing about trust. If you trust yourself and you trust your gut instinct and your intuition, sure, there's going to be a little bit of, you know, tingly sensation, thinking, not really sure if you should do it. But if you trust yourself in being able to handle said circumstances or outcome, sometimes it's a little more easier to deal with the fact that you can take the risk, because there is nothing to fear, right? And as you watch the fear video, you know fear is just about perception. So what I'm trying to do is help you tweak your perception as it relates to risk-taking, so that way you can start taking action in your life, whether it's through communication or through taking action to get something done that you've been procrastinating to do. You can actually make that movement. You can create the movement and the course of direction in order to face your dealing with risks and what they mean to you. The positive side of risk-taking is this. You will change your mind, body, soul, spirit, balance, and well-being. Because when you are in status quo for a long period of time, you are walking around not realizing you're in a rut. Now, if you're in the rut because you're blissful and you actually have the link of gratitude for your link of fulfillment, see how it's all linked together? When you have that, then you don't really need to be taking any risks because you're content. Being content is great. It's a beautiful place to be. We're all trying to achieve that inner peace, right? But if you're feeling stuck, or you're feeling like you're not going anywhere, or you're getting this complacency feeling, this vibe that's just not jiving with who you are, who your authentic truth and self, are within you internally, then sometimes risk-taking can shake things up to be that vitamin shot in your arm, to be that mojo amplifier, to get you to a place to take a course of action or a course of communication that's going to make your life better. We're all about making life better. We're all about improving the quality of our life so that every day can be a good day. So be sure to take a risk somewhere, small, baby step it, and ask yourself what the root cause is of why you're fearful of it, and deal with it accordingly. And you can make every day a beautiful day full of risk-taking. I'm Stacey, Kumagai, your Linkologist, here to help you link your life. Please be sure to follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Linkronicity, blogspot.com, and go to linkronicity.com for private coaching sessions. I hope you have a wonderful risk-taking day.